Yo, 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 good afternoon, traders. How are we? Hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I know it's Tuesday, but I don't see you on Monday. So, yeah, hope you had a nice weekend, guys. Hope you're having a good trading week so far. In today's live stream, we are going to do the following, guys. We are going to do some in-depth market analysis. I know, very exciting. I'm going to show you a trade that I took today, and we've already taken profit off of this trade. So we're just going to understand that trade, why I took it, and do a top-down approach, because basically, guys, it's very simple price action. What else are we going to do? We are also going to announce the winner from last week's quiz. If you remember the quiz we did, we have put all the winners into a spinning wheel, and we're going to pick a winner. I am excited. I am going to feel like a game show host. What else are we going to do? We're also going to do another quiz. So, guys, please stay for the quiz because you can win a $5,000 funded challenge from Blueberry Funded during this live stream, guys. All right, so stay tuned for that as well. We're also going to take a look at the news, and we're also going to take as many questions from you as we can. So we have got a jam-packed show, and I'm genuinely excited about using this spinning wheel that we have. Let me just give you a quick glimpse of it. Ooh. Yeah, I used to love a bit of Wheel of Fortune, but this is a different game, obviously. But yeah, we're going to do the spinning wheel later. Yeah, and as always, guys, please don't be shy. Come say hello, leave a question, and it can be to do with anything. It can be trading or anything you like. It could be about TV series, if you really want. Right? On that note, I am watching Mobland. Anyone else watching Mobland with Tom Hardy, Piers Brosnan, and Helen Mirren? It is a star-studded, awesome TV series. I recommend anyone watches it, Mobland. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That is the plan of attack. I guess we should start with the news, just so you can remind me later, guys. But in half an hour, we have got this news coming out of the US. All right, so this is a 3-star rating, guys. We've got durable goods and core durable goods. So this will have an impact on the US dollar. It may be very minimal, if not anything, or it may have a big reaction, right? So we'll pay attention to that at 1/2 We do have other 3-star news later coming out of the US, but not during the live stream. And I'm actually interested in pound US dollar sells, so it could be interesting. But let me show you the trade that I took today, guys. And let me just show you that what I am doing is not rocket science. There's no secret, hidden, special sauce. And it is just simple price action, what I do, right? So I just want to show you exactly what I do, guys. Let me just bring up the live chat here. Okay, pressing 1,001 buttons here, guys. Right. So yeah, let's start with Euro Canadian dollar, and let's look at this trade and why I was selling it. So we're going to start with the weekly chart. We're going to do a top-down approach like I normally would. So at this point, right, I know we are in a weekly uptrend, but we have stopped making higher highs, right? Fact, right? This high is holding, and look at these wicks. Also at this level, right? Also at this level, we are starting to see big wicks and big bearish candles, right? Now, it's no coincidence that we are seeing that, because if I scroll to the left, this area here has proven to be very good resistance in the past, right? Simple support and resistance. Look left and you will find areas of importance, right? And if you're on the weekly chart, when you look left and when price is overextended, like here, you may have to go quite a way back, right? But that's fine. We know that's an area of resistance. And like I say, guys, at that area of resistance, we've had big selling candles, and last week's candle was also bearish as well, right? So lots of reasons that we can look for sells, all right? Now, the most important chart is the day chart. I'm still thinking about getting to use the spinny wheel later on. That's how much of a child I am. But we're going to drop down to the day chart now, right? Because we want to understand why I'm looking for sells on here as well, right? So if we just follow structure, right, we are in a downtrend, right? So first of all, we're getting lower highs, lower lows, right? So structurally, we're in a downtrend. At this very good area of support and resistance through here, you can clearly see it's a good area because price has hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, and we could go back, hit it, right? Even if I drag this left, okay? Price has been respecting this level. Therefore, it is a good area for price to react. All right, and then at that level, so we've got trend and structure, right? Downtrend, tick. We've got an area of resistance, right, where price is bouncing off of, tick. We've got nice big bearish candles, right, tick. I know yesterday's candle was, was bullish, but if you compare it to the previous candle, look at that selling candle. It's an inside candle, which generally means the candle it is within, this candle, is the dominant candle, right? And sellers are in control still, okay? So got that candle here, right? And, potentially on the day chart, we've got lots of room to move into all the way back down to here, right? So this is how I roll, guys. Every day, weekly and daily are telling me I can sell this pair, right? Then I'm just looking for an entry. So if we go down to the H4, I want to be with H4 trend in an ideal, wonderful world where the flowers grow. And you can see that we are, right? This last high never broke. Okay, so we were getting a downtrend, lower highs. And again, I just look for the same things, guys, right? Price action, structure, trend, candlesticks, support, resistance, and value, right? So lower highs, lower lows, right? We're in a downtrend. And then we got this nice big bearish candle here. And all I want to do is just take it firstly to the next piece of support, right? And you can clearly see this level through here where price has been reacting. That is my first target, right? So I basically entered in here, stop above here, take price back down to here. And it's as simple as that, guys. Just price action, right? It's just how you read the chart. All right. And again, as with all of my trades, if I show you where I put it. So this is the Discord channel, guys. Again, we've got the free Discord. So please come and join that, right? This is how our trading community, where everyone has a chit chat and shares trades and knowledge. So please come join our free Discord channel, right? And also right now, we will give you a 50% off coupon for our Simply Forex training course, right? So join the free Discord. And then we also have the VIP Discord. And in here, you can see here Tom's trades, right, on the left. We also have other expert traders sharing their ideas as well, right? I know Michael from a trading floor. And yeah, we give you our trade ideas, right? So you can see we've had some success recently with trades. And then today's trade was that Euro Canadian dollar sell, exactly as I shown you on the chart. There's your entry. There's your stop loss. There's your target, right? Hit profit, and now I'm letting 10% run. All right. And it's as simple as that, guys, right? So, yeah, please come join the free Discord, and if not, the VIP Discord as well. Now, I'm letting 10% run, guys, and, not liking this big bullish candle so far. So we'll see. We'll see how this finishes. But this also is a really important point, right? This goes to show how important it is to take profit, right? So let's say, let's say how our target was down there, which is perfectly reasonable, right? This is a last low, right? Let's imagine this is our target, okay? Now, I entered here, stop loss here, took profit here. When I get 1:1, I am going to take some profit. And I actually took 90% profit on this trade. Now, imagine if you didn't, right? And you're like, oh no, the trading world is against me. We got this big candle. I hate trading. The trade never does what I want. You won't have that problem if you take some profit. You'll be a lot more chilled, right? And oh, just smashing my mic. And that's the reason I've done it, guys. It's because this type of thing would happen, and I would be like, why didn't I take some profit? And after years of that problem, I come up with a very cunning plan, very cunning, and I said, why don't you take some profit, Tom? Right? It's not rocket science. Yeah. So now I take profit at the next piece of support. If I'm selling, right, I take profit at the next piece of support. If I'm buying, right, let's say I was buying this market, right, I take profit at the next high. It's not rocket science, right? So yeah, this is the trade for today. Let me just show you another couple of trades that I like very quickly as well. Before I do, let me have a quick drink of coffee out of my favorite Liverpool FC mug. Everyone was celebrating in Liverpool the other day, but did you see that one dickhead take a load of people out in a car? Jesus Christ, there's always one moron. Actually, before I show the other trades I like, let's see who is in the house. So, afternoon, Brett. Afternoon, Mark. How are you, mate? Michael, how are you? Hi, Tom. Hi, guys. How are you? What else we got? Colin. Nice win today, coach. You're welcome, Colin. Niraj. Hi, Tom. Hi, Niraj. How are you? Brett says, all hail price action. Indeed. All hail price action. Yeah, it's the only thing that matters in the market. And Daniel, hi. Daniel's also got a question here. Quick question. What is happening to US dollar Swiss franc and US dollar yen? Is that the institutions getting the liquidity to go back down? All right, we'll take a look at that in a minute as well, Daniel. Let me just show you the trades, the other trades that I'm looking at, guys. And please don't forget we've got the quiz to do as well. I know it's exciting. So I really like Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar sells right now, right? I need to wait for that bearish candle. But if we look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, right, we was in this uptrend. And then all of a sudden, bang, we're in a downtrend. When we broke these lows with this bearish candle, right, we're now in a downtrend because we're getting lower lows and we're getting lower highs. And when we break this low, it confirms this as a high, right? We're below the moving average 20, right? And we've got all this room to move into. So, right, simple price action. If we go to the H4, I'm just waiting for the right candle, really, right? So we're back at this level. You can see on the H4, guys, right? We started breaking down here, breaking down, and we're at a really nice level for entries. So I'm just going to wait for a nice bearish candle. This and this so far are not that. Right? So we just wait for that, guys. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, I really like. I also like the S&P. Let's have a look at the S&P. So if we look at the day chart, again, right, what's happening? We are in an uptrend. We've retraced to the moving average 20, literally to the pip. The moving average 20 is bloody good dynamic support and resistance, right? In a trending market, which this is. We've bounced off that with this wick, and we've got this nice bullish candle, and we've got room back up to these highs. Again, if we drop down to the H4 now, we also had a nice structure break, right? If I put a level through here, it's clear to see, right? Right, what was once support becomes resistance, and then when it breaks again, becomes good support, right? So if we get a nice setup in here, I'll also be looking to buy S&P. I always think of Salt and Pepper, the famous hip hop female duo from America in the 90s or even 80s. Who remembers Salt and Pepper? Push it real good. Dun, 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 dun. Stop singing or rapping on the live stream, Tom. Note to self. So yeah, what I'll probably look for, guys, is maybe a little bit more of a retrace and a nice bullish H1 candle off of here. And I'm also waiting for this news, right? This core durable goods, right? So I want to see how the indices react to this news as well. All right. So yeah, and I'm also looking at pound US dollar sells. If we go to the day chart, right? And you're probably thinking, Tom, why are you selling this? Are you a madman? Because we're obviously in an uptrend. The problem is we're a little bit overextended, okay? And at that point, if you look at the H4, we have had a little break of structure here, right? Price had come up again. We've stopped making higher highs, and then we've broke, right? Now, this is against daily trend. I want to make this clear. I'm fully aware of that. But, I want to make you aware of that as well, should you take the trade. But we've got this bearish candle, nice big bearish candle. And if you look on the H1, we're literally back to that lovely level. And I keep showing you this setup. This setup is price action setup 101. It really is. This is classic, this is like the Pavarotti of price action setups, right? What was once support, clearly support, right? When it breaks and retests, becomes very good resistance. Again, I'm waiting for that news to come out for the US dollar, but I think this is a really nice level for selling pound US dollar. And because we are against daily trend, I'm not going to go mental with this, right? I'm only going to take it properly down to the moving average 20 on the H4, which will be around 1.3515. Might try and come down to 13500, the psychological level, right? But I'm looking at that as well, but depends greatly on what the news is going to do. So yeah, guys, there you go. That is everything I am looking at. Yes. So Daniel, I haven't forgotten your question. We'll get back to that. JM Equity, hello. Colin, Daniel saying I'm showing my age with Salt and Pepper, the rap duo. My dad told me about them, Daniel. No, I was alive. That was me. HD, same setup on Euro US dollar and the S&P. Yeah, so I'm liking pound US dollar and S&P. Yes, so HD, great minds. Lily, the lady with the questions. Hello, how are you? Yeah, hi. So let's go back to Daniel's question, right? And then after Daniel's question, we are going to do the quiz. Yes, we are. We're going to do the quiz after this, right? So Daniel's asking, what is happening with US dollar Swiss franc and US dollar yen? Is that the institutes getting liquidity to go back down? All right, so let's have a look at US dollar Swiss franc to start. Now, every YouTuber and his dog, right, says, oh, that's a liquidity grab. That's a liquidity grab. Oh, yeah, that's clearly a liquidity grab. To be honest with you, no one knows, right? Nobody knows what, HSBC's buying or selling, right? There are clues that it was a liquidity grab after the fact. But when you're in a liquidity grab, no one knows, right? Okay, so important to point that out. And I would say price is being pushed up as per your question because we are at a support level. Nothing to do with big banks or liquidity, although, you know, a support level by definition, a support and resistance level by definition is a liquidity level because there's lots of liquidity, there's lots of buyers and or sellers there, right? So support and resistance levels are liquidity levels, right? And that's why price moves from those levels, right? Obviously. And all we're seeing here is price has got back to this support level, and we are really in an uptrend, right? It's important that you understand the structure of the market you're in, right? We are in an uptrend. And we're at a support level. So for those two reasons, I would say it's logical that we will start seeing buyers at that level, right? Let me have a quick slurp of coffee. Right? And that's all that is. That's just price action. Price action can pretty much explain everything, right? 99% of things, right? And that's what that is. So that's all I'm seeing with US dollar Swiss franc. If we go to US dollar yen, again, you know, these areas are already on my chart. I haven't put them in, you know, I haven't planted Daniel into the live stream and say, Daniel, please ask me this question, right? We don't think that far ahead. But, you know, Daniel's asked a question and you can see we are at lows, right? And again, it's exactly the same as US dollar Swiss franc. This, believe it or not, is an uptrend. We have got higher lows, right? Higher highs. We are in an uptrend. I know with all this selling pressure, it doesn't really feel like an uptrend, right? I get that. But structurally on the day chart, we're in an uptrend. And again, right, we are at a support level, which by definition is a liquidity level, and also by definition is a buying level, right? And we are seeing buyers. So that's all that is, Daniel. You know, it can be easily explained with price action. And that's what we're seeing with US dollar and US dollar Swiss franc. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, and Daniel was just carrying on the question here. Let's carry it on. Was just wondering as, okay, let's bring this up. Was just wondering as Yen Ueda saying, okay, the Japanese bank saying hike rates which would support Japanese yen, so should be US dollar yen sell, or did I get this wrong? So what you've heard isn't wrong, right? Maybe an analyst said, I'm expecting yen, the Bank of Japan to raise rates. And if the Bank of Japan raise rates, when rates are higher, the currency becomes more valuable and therefore yen should be more valuable, right? So what you've heard, but it's just what you've heard, right? Now, nobody knows if the Bank of Japan is going to raise rates, right? You know, when you get those news releases, 9 times out of 10, when it comes to an interest rate, it's as expected. You know, yen, I think they're at 0.1, aren't they? Positive 0.1, the yen. And it will probably come out at 0.1 again, right? But, you know, but you can't trade like that. You can't trade on hearsay. I think the Bank of England will raise interest rates. Right? Okay, good for you. Well, you know, it bears no relevance to my trade. My trade is I'm looking at the charts and I'm going to trade what the chart tells me. I'm not a news trader. So I would listen to less of all of that noise. That's just noise to me, right? When I don't even listen to analysts. I think the yen interest rate's going to do this. I think the employment figures out of the US are going to be this. I think German GDP is going to be this. I don't care, right? Trade what's in front of you. That will tell you the truth. So there you go, Daniel. Hope that helps. Scott, news in 6 minutes. Thank you very much, Scott. Javan, hi, how are you? And also, Javan, hope you're still celebrating You'll Never Walk Alone. Javan, I have been celebrating for about 5 weeks now. I need to stop celebrating. And yes, I have my Liverpool FC mug. This is always by my side, and it is always filled with beer. Quiz wheel. The people have spoken. We are going to do the quiz wheel. I've been waiting for this moment all of my life, guys. Right. So this is what we're going to do before the news. Now, last week, look at that wheel. The editor has created this wheel, and the editor deserves some brownie points. He's a genius, right? And last week, guys, we did a quiz, and we're going to play another quiz this week, and I'll explain the rules of the quiz. But last week, we did a quiz, and we had some entries, and these are all the people that entered: Dan, HD, Luigi, Zim1, and Gaz. Right? Now, again, I'll explain the rules of the quiz later and how you can enter this week. But we are going to choose the winner, and the winner will get a $5,000 funded challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded. Right, so if you look above my head right now, guys, you can see today's live stream is brought to you by Blueberry Funded, our prop company partner, and they are backed by a leading global broker, Blueberry Markets, right? And we've had nothing but great reports from people who have traded BBF's prop firm challenges, guys, right? So if you're looking for a prop firm, use the link. You've got the, what's it called? The QR code there that the editor's done. You can just use the QR code, type in simply 20, and you will get 20% off any funded challenge right now. Yeah, if you're looking for a challenge, look no further. Right, without further ado, editor, do we have a drum roll? Or should I do my own? I'm drum rolling. Right, let's pick a winner. Let's do it. HD. Congratulations, HD. You are the winner of a 5K challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded. I feel like a game show host. I have strangely enjoyed this. And after the news, guys, we're also going to play the quiz again. But anyway, congratulations, HD. The editor will be in contact. Right, we've got a couple of minutes for the news. So let's wait for the news. I'll have a drink of coffee, and then we can do the quiz for the next one, right? And what we'll do, guys, we'll play Guess the News game as well, right? So I'm looking at, I actually like pound US dollar sells, but obviously I'm waiting for the news to come out. So let's see what kind of reaction we get here on pound US dollar. Also, guys, while we've got a bit of time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. If you haven't already, please come join our trading community. We have a free Discord community. You can join, you can have a chit chat, share trades, share knowledge, share your inner secrets if you want. We don't mind. Also, guys, if you want access to all of our premium trading education, please check out our website, www.simply-forex.com. On there, you've got the Simply Forex course, which we are giving you 50% off right now. You've got the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one, and you've got the VIP Trading Academy where I showed you earlier on. That's where I put all of my trades. All right, so check it all out. All the links are below. Right, news. Nothing is happening. There you go. That was a damp squid. Let's have a look at the S&P. Okay. If we get a nice bullish H1 candle off of here, I may well buy the S&P. Let's go back to a US dollar pair. Let's have a look at New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Not much happening. US dollar CAD. Okay, so a bit of US dollar weakness here. Let's have a look at Euro US dollar. Okay, so quite a bit of US dollar weakness. Let's have a look at pound US dollar. Right, I am going to say, like Sherlock Holmes, I'm going to say the news for the US dollar, the core durable goods, was slightly worse than expected. Let's take a look. Wrong. There you go, guys. So the news was actually better than expected, right, on both counts. But yeah, if we go, which should be bullish for the US dollar, right? But if we go back to here, we are not seeing any US dollar strength. In fact, the opposite, right? We're seeing euro strength here, or US dollar weakness. Let's have a look at US dollar yen. Yeah, we're seeing yen strength, US dollar weakness. You know, and that's another reason why I don't trade the news, guys, right? It's just a bit of a lottery, to be quite honest with you, you know. So there you go, guys. Not a massive reaction, but we're seeing a bit of US dollar strength, weakness, sorry, off the back of that. Right, Javan, I have got your question here, but we are going to do the quiz. Right, so anyone right now, please give me a currency pair. The first currency pair I see on the live chat, I am going to use just to show there's no cheating. You pick a currency pair. First currency pair I see in the live chat, that's what we're going to use. Pound yen. Thank you, Brett. So if we go to pound yen, I'm going to do the day chart this week. Let's get a clear chart, actually. Right, here we go. I am going to go back in time. Close my eyes. Right, here we go. We are in replay mode. And what I'm also going to do quickly is pick up the average true range, because I just want to know how far this chart can move. So the average true range is about 117 pips. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I want to delete the indicator. So we're going to get a position. No, that's the wrong one. Okay. Now, I'm going to do 117 pips in one direction, 117 and 117. So this is the quiz, guys, right? So let me explain the rules of the quiz and how you can be entered for the 5K funded challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded, right? We will pick a winner at random, as I showed using the magical spinny wheel thing. So what I'm going to do, guys, we are going to stop it at a candle randomly. We're going to start with this candle, right? And you are either going to tell me, will we sell it and we make +1, or will it be a buy trade, right? So you just say if it will be a buy trade or a sell trade, okay? Obviously, if you say buy trade and it hits this first, you will get +1 point, okay? But if you get stopped out, you will get -1 point, okay? Those of you that say sells, right? If it hits target, you get +1 point, but if it hits the stop loss, you get -1 point. So very easy scoring system. Just keep your own scores, guys, right? And at the end, you need to join our free Discord challenge. Get my teeth in, get my brain working. You have to join our Discord channel and enter your score with the editor. It's as simple as that, guys. So keep your score and send it to the editor within our free Discord channel. The link is below. Right. Everyone's had enough of me prattling on. We've already got some answers. So Michael, sell. Kist, sell. Scott, sell. Okay, so I'm going to play along. I'm going to say buy. I'm going to say buy. So if I'm correct, I get +1. If I'm wrong, I get -1. Right? But you keep your own score, guys. Right? So let's play it along and let's see who is correct. Keep your own score. So we've got a mixed bag. We've got sellers and buyers. Let's play it along. Oh, I was very confident after this candle. But anyone who said sells, give yourself +1 point. Anyone who said buys, including me, -1 point. So I am -1. Right, let's do it on this candle. Again, what do you reckon, guys? Buy or sell? So the next candle, guys, I'm going to give you my couple of pence. This is support right through here. We've bounced off. We're still in an uptrend, really. I'm going to say buy, but it's up to you guys. You don't have to follow my lead. I'm going to say buy. So I'm -1, not doing very well, am I? Everyone got their answers? You ready? Let's play it along. Yes, I'm back in the game, baby. I am now on 0. Yeah, so those who said buy, you are +1, right? You get it. I'm not going to keep explaining the score. Sellers, you are -1, right? So I am currently on 0. Let's play it along a little bit. I'm just going to play it along and get us to a different area. Right. This one's interesting. Right, what do we think? And you've got to bear in mind, we don't have much room here, right? So on this candle right here, which just screams of a news candle, right? I can't help but think that was Trump saying something. Anyway, this is a tricky one, guys, because we don't have much room. We've only got 117 pips either way. What would you go for? I'm going to say buy. Flip a coin. Yeah, this one is a bit of a flip of a coin. Sell. Yeah, this had to be news. Okay, and remember to keep your score, guys, right? Let's see. Right, I'm going for a buy because we're in an uptrend. Oh, controversial. So buyers, I bet you were quietly confident at this point, and then bang, right? So buyers, you are wrong. Sellers, you are correct. Okay, give yourself a point or take a point away accordingly. Right, let's pick another area of chart. Let's whiz it along a little bit. Right, this one, guys. What do we think? Guys, please don't forget to play along, right? Remember, if you enter your score, you can win a $5,000 funded challenge, totally free. We will pick a winner at random. I'm gonna say buy. Yeah. Okay. Everyone's going for a buy. I am seeing, obviously we've got some sellers in here, right? Clearly. But I think everyone's unanimous with this one. We're going to go for a buy. Let's slow it down. Yes. Wonderful. I'm back in the game. Okay. So buyers, 1 point. Sellers, -1 point. Right. Let's play it along a little bit. Right. This one's interesting. Drag it down a little bit. Right, this one. Christ, I can't, because it keeps popping up. I can't actually see the, there we go. Right. Are you a buyer or a seller? We are at, we've got a little, obviously you've got this high over here as well. We've got a bit of resistance. I don't want to sway your view of the market, right? But that's clearly what I'm doing. I am going to go for a sell because we are at resistance. And we spoke about liquidity grabs earlier on. So this will be interesting, right? Because this is clearly, right? This is clearly an area of resistance, right? It clearly is. Now, this will be interesting, right? Will it wick up here and come back in? Right, we'll see if we do get a liquidity grab here and come back down, or will it just come back down, or will it continue to break that level? I'm going to say sell. Let's slow it down. Sellers get the points, but look at, what a beautiful example, guys, right? We spoke about liquidity grabs earlier on. And this is where the banks are sitting, right? The banks know that every retail trader and his dog, right, is seeing this as a resistance level, right? Clearly, right? And then typically what a retail trader will do will start selling in here and have a pretty tight stop loss, right? Something like that. That's what the big boys know. That's a liquidity grab. They're like, right, I will take out all of your stops. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then bang, we will start selling. Right. And that's exactly, you can't help but think that's what happened here. Right. Again, you don't know. Right. You don't know if, HSBC is getting in here. Right. Or Citibank or whoever. Right. You don't know. But that looks like liquidity grab. It'll be interesting to see if this carries on, right? But anyway, sellers 1 point, buyers -1 point. Right, now this one, here we go. So if this liquidity grab, the big boys have come in, right, then clearly this should, actually, that's where it stopped. So this should be a sell trade, right? Right. So I'm going to go for a sell. What is everyone else thinking? Okay, so everyone's thinking a sell. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go for a sell. Has anyone got any idea what my points are? Can I enter? Is that possible? Right, let's have a look. Ooh. Are we stopped out? Now we are. Okay, so there you go, guys, right? This big selling candle had no follow through whatsoever. And, sellers got crucified here, right? Although sellers, to be fair, would have their stops above here, right? And not here. Okay, but 1 point if you said buy, -1 if you said sell. Right, let's play it along again, guys. We're going to do one more. Before we do the last one, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button and smash the like button. Please come join our free Discord channel. Please check out our premium trading education on our website. And also, guys, if you want to enter your score, right, for this quiz, then you must join our free Discord channel and you must message the editor your score. Okay, then we will pick a winner at random. Okay, now we're going to do one last one. Let's bring price up to here. Right, are you a buyer or a seller? I'm going to be a buyer. Okay, so let's play this along. Yes, we've got the point. So I must be at least +17. Yeah. All right then, guys. So yeah, please don't forget to enter your quiz results within the free Discord to the editor. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. It's a bit of fun, but you can win a 5K funded challenge. Don't forget to join me tomorrow, same time, for more of the same, guys. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you later.